an invitation to practice joy in leadership. We like to visit together in our gardens, surrounded by flowers and cats and fruit trees. We chat and laugh and cry and spill the tea and share our lives and visions for the future. Each of us swims in a sea of infinite trust. We wrote this book because we believe that human beings can and must transform, both individually and as a species. We wouldn't have spent more than 60 collective years of experience as executives, trainers, and coaches if we didn't. But we also wrote this book because we believe that humans are standing on a dangerous precipice in time. As we witness one climate catastrophe after another, we understand the future of the Earth as we know it is imperiled. We are watching as governments and institutions crumble, and it is increasingly clear that old ways of addressing problems are ineffective and often harmful. Humans face an ever-widening gap of economic inequality, significantly different patterns of global immigration, and what seems like an exponential increase in new viruses and variants. Against this maelstrom of rapid change, the leadership tools of the past are inadequate to address current and future needs. We have hard choices ahead of us, and absent strong, thoughtful, and purposeful leadership, we risk leaving our descendants a depleted world and robbing them of any hope for creating a better one. We owe them more than that. Joy is an approach to leadership centered in wholeness, celebration, and staying in the work for the long haul. It is a state of mind, a way of being oriented in the heart and in the spirit. You cannot think your way to joy. It is a felt, settled state of delight, contentment, confidence, faith, and hope. It isn't located in the ego. It sits next to love, and is the yin to the yang of grief. It is an essential part of a human life, a birthright that often is stolen from us during childhood. Joy is a choice, and we need to keep our eyes out for the moments when choosing joy is possible. Reclaiming joy is transgressive. It allows us to step beyond the limits of our rigid socialization and transactional habits, and to lead with clarity of purpose and commitment. Joy is dangerous. It's a threat to systems of control and power over, and it is therefore one of the best tools we have as leaders making change. It allows us to move from extracting from others for our self-centered benefit toward transformation for all society. Why is this important? Because over the years we've seen brilliant and passionate leaders get lost in fatigue, overwork, bitterness, and doing work that is not satisfying. This is such a loss. Systematic oppressions like racism, sexism, classism, ableism, and ageism can suck the spirit from the best of leaders, not to speak of capitalism and its overwrought focus on productivity rather than intrinsic human worth. Joyless, obligatory, and solely transactional leadership has gotten us into the current fixes we are in so many sectors. We need new paradigms that center joy because it expands our human capacity to lead, sustains us even when times are hard, and allows for new ways to enact and receive leadership. We certainly don't have all the answers, but we know that humanity's future is threatened if it remains in the hands of patriarchal, racist, and colonial institutions built in the 19th and 20th centuries. In this time of increasingly multicultural, multi-generational, and complex organizations and social movements, our intention is to help you chart a path that supports your authentic leadership for the long run. We are convinced that the wisdom of Black and brown women in principled leadership can offer all of us some universal wisdom. Leading with joy is for those who are committed to creating a world that works for all, leaders working to interrupt old patterns of burnout and martyrdom, and those who want to experiment in new and innovative ways. Leading in these turbulent times requires great courage and imagination, and no one person can bring about the kinds of change we need. Our world needs millions and millions of inspired, interconnected leaders.